Get ready to match the stars. Gary Burghoff, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Reilly, Susan Howard, Richard Dawson, and Fannie Flagg. Right. As we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 76. And now here's the star of Match Game 76, Gene Rivers.
We had that in case the ding-a-ling made an entrance in the middle of yesterday's show, you see. And I didn't want to waste it, and it was sitting there, so what the heck. All right, now, where were you? You missed 2 shows.
I would come in late like I did 2 years ago. I mean, it's bad enough when someone comes in late at the office to have to sneak in. You can't sneak in here with a red light looking at you.
Would you like to explain to America where you've been? You missed half the week.
I went to the home of New England, your lovely home, where it gets icy freezy.
Yes.
And the planes got frozen.
Oh.
And they couldn't fuel the plane. And we had to land in LaGuardia.
Yes.
So they could manually fuel the plane.
Yes.
And then the 3 hours went away in LaGuardia Field.
Oh.
So I couldn't get here while they manually fueled the plane.
Yes.
But I love those emergencies. They're so much fun.
Yeah, they are.
And the eggs got hard because they were 4 hours late in serving.
Yes.
But it was really a calming landing.
Yes. Is there something we can do for you to...
The pilot kept saying hydraulics mightn't work. They might be frozen, too.
Yes.
And we all went, oh, wonderful. But I'm here, thank goodness, and I'll be going back to the east. No, I'll be going back in August.
Okay. I thought he'd never finish.
He was looking for a punch.
Eleanor Foreman. Hello, Eleanor. That's a nice outfit.
Thank you.
Want to come down here? What the heck? Come down here and talk to me. Now, Eleanor has won a game. She's got her $100, and she's going to have a go at the Big Money Super Match in a moment or so, where she could win over $5,000. Now, I don't know how much she's going to win. We're going to find out right after we do this message for you. Here we go. All right, Eleanor. We'll get right to it now for the Big Money Super Match where you could win over $5,000. We polled a recent studio audience, my dear, and we got their best response to this. Roller blank. Now, the answer that audience gave most frequently is worth $500 to you if you match it. If you match the answer they gave second most frequently, you get $250. If you match the bottom one, their third most frequent answer, you get $100. Now, whom do you call on over here?
Richard Dawson.
Roller skates.
Roller skates?
Charles.
Charles?
I'm so honored to be called my first day back.
Yes.
We're thrilled.
What Brett won in 1942, the Portsmouth Roller Derby.
Roller derby.
Gary.
Gary, have you got one?
Roller coaster.
Roller coaster. So those are the three. Roller coaster, roller derby, and roller skates. Now, you can choose one of those. You want one of those?
Yes, I do.
Which one?
Roller derby.
Roller derby is the one she wants. All right, that's the one that Charles gave you. We'll find out if it's up there, and if so, where. Let's begin as we usually do down at the bottom and reveal the $100 response. Rollerball.
That's that
Rollerball.
movie.
Oh, that's that movie that Raquel Welch made, wasn't it? Yeah, okay.
No.
No? What was that?
James Caan made it.
James Caan made it.
Yeah.
Who's she?
Raquel Welch made Kansas City Bombers.
Kansas City Bombers is the one Raquel made.
Anything
Thank you.
That was called
bothering
Big
you?
Blanks.
Now we're looking for a roller derby. May we see the $250 response? Roller skates is Richard Dawson's answer. Here's a last chance for your roller derby.
Could be it.
All right, we hope it's up there for you, Eleanor. Here is the $500 number. You got it. Very good. Okay. So, now you're up to $600. But more important than that, the $500 number they're flashing means you're going to play for 10 times that amount or $5,000. Now, to collect that, you got to match one of them exactly, and it's time for you to choose one now.
Richard.
Okay, Richard, we'll get ready to write. You'll face me if you would, please, Eleanor. And here it is, worth $5,000. Concentrate now. Think carefully. Blank zone. Z-O-N-E. Blank zone. He's made up his mind. Now, we want you to make up your mind. Give us an answer which you think will match his. I hope your ESP is connected up to his. There it is, blank zone. What do you say, Eleanor?
Safety.
Safety zone. Okay. All right, let's turn around and face Richard now and see what he says. She says that'll match you for 5,000, Richard.
I wish it did, Donald. I said parking zone.
Parking zone. Parking zone. There were a number of good choices there. What did you have? What, Fannie, what would you...
Hospital zone.
Hospital zone.
Twilight zone.
Twilight zone. Yeah, that's another one. War zone, yeah. Okay, well, they both came up with good answers. No money changes hands now, but she's got her 600. Going to meet another player. Let's welcome Valerie Shortino. Okay. Valerie, you know Eleanor? We welcome you, Valerie.
Why, thank you, Gene.
And we ask you to tell us a little about Valerie Shortino.
Well, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm a nursing student, and I have a beautiful little 11-year-old daughter.
Wow.
That's
11-year-old daughter.
Yes,
Okay, and you're a nursing student.
yes.
How long have you been doing that?
It's been about a year I've been in school, and I have
And
a year
how
and a
long
half
does
to go.
nursing school take these days?
Almost 3 years, about 3 years.
You've got 2 more years to go, huh?
Well, a year and a half.
Year and a half, then. All right. Good luck there, and good luck here, too, Valerie.
Thank you.
I'll push this button and ask you to look at A and B there and see if you can figure out which one you want. It's just, you know,
A.
A. All right, it's up to you. A is what she wants. Valerie Shortino. That's your first one. Tiny Tom Thumb.
What are you looking at me for?
No. Tiny Tom Thumb is
What are you
so
looking
tiny.
at her for?
How tiny is Tiny Tom Thumb?
I'll tell you how tiny Tom Thumb is. When he goes camping, he doesn't sleep in a bedroll. He sleeps in a blank roll. Tiny Tom Thumb. When he goes camping, doesn't sleep in a bedroll. Sleeps in a blank roll. You understand, Valerie? You know what a bedroll is?
Yes.
All right. This little fella here. No, I don't know. You know how big
Little
Tiny Tom
fella.
Thumb is. He's 9 inches or whatever.
Oh,
Sleeps in a blank roll.
I can't think of anything.
Okay, everybody's ready over here. And Eleanor, Valerie, it's time for you to make give us an answer here. Tiny Tom Thumb is so tiny, when he goes camping, he doesn't sleep in a bedroll. He sleeps in a blank roll.
Oh, God.
In a what roll?
Jelly roll, I guess?
Jelly roll is okay. That's not bad. I hadn't heard of that. Yeah. She's a jelly roll.
Who is that squishy?
He got stuck there and slept soundly all night. What do you say, Gary?
Well, you know, Tiny Tom Thumb may be small, but he's very rich. You know, he's been in show business for years. And he sleeps on satin. He brings along his very own satin toilet paper roll.
Oh. That's not the answer, Valerie. I'll let you know when we come to the proper answer there. What do you say?
I said he just threw a frankfurter over him and slept in a hot dog roll.
There's a good one. A hot dog roll is a good one. Doesn't match. No, hot dog roll. They say hot dog roll. Yeah.
They don't.
Yes, they
say
do.
I took a...
I do.
Don't argue with me, I'm a star.
hot dog bun, nevertheless. Be that as it may.
Yes, it may, Charles.
No, I took a whole other tack because of camping. See, that was
Yes.
the thing I thought of camping. And when I go camping,
Yes.
I go with a Tootsie Roll.
A Tootsie Roll. That's good. Little touch of humor there. Are you getting the hang of it now?
Yes.
We give you these hard ones at first to get all the rotten answers out of your system so that when you... yes, Susan.
He had a Tootsie Roll.
A Tootsie Roll. Okay. Now you, sir.
Even though you struck me twice,
On the head.
something I enjoy, as a matter of fact. You did tell Valerie you would let her know when a correct answer came up.
Yes, I did.
Tell her.
Tell her.
Jelly.
A jelly roll. Oh, okay, you may strike me twice on the head.
No, you like it too. I won't do it.
What do you say, Fannie?
I said bread roll.
A bread
Yeah.
roll. So that's one for you, Valerie. We'll see how you do with yours, but first we've got to see about this. Hello. We were just discussing comparative literature and other highly intellectual things during... Are you ready?
I'm
This is
ready.
your first rounder. Here we go. When Sally saw the 3 little guys in her Rice Krispies, she said, "Oh, no, not only are those guys snapping, crackling, and popping, they're blanking." You do watch this show. Boy, you get right to it. Write those answers right down there.
Good or bad?
Yes. How do you enjoy your assignment on Petrocelli as one of the stars? You play his wife?
Right.
Yes.
Snapping and crackling. 6 months out of the year, so I really
Yeah.
like it.
Well, that's marvelous. Oh, yes. Okay, finished. Waiting for... It is a very good show, yes.
What show?
You should get rid of,
Petrocelli's Susan Howard show.
get rid of the guy and use her.
That's right.
Just my opinion.
Is that the one with the guy in the wheelchair?
Close.
Wrong. Eleanor. When Sally saw the 3 little guys in a Rice Krispies, you've seen that, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay. She said, oh, no, not only are those guys snapping, crackling, and popping, they're blanking.
Dancing.
Dancing, she said. Well, I don't know. It'd be a little difficult if they were up to their blank in milk or cream, but we'll see. Gary?
It was terrible, too, because they always left a ring around. I said bathing.
Bathing. Okay. You, Brett?
I said, achoo, they were sneezing.
They were sneezing.
And getting their little germs
Right.
over everybody.
Charles?
I said burping.
Burping. No, not only those 2 guys snapping, crackling, and popping, they're blanking, and Eleanor said dancing.
Burping.
Burping. Oh, so that's 2 of those. Richard?
They were bell ringers.
They were bell ringers?
They were tinkling.
Tinkling.
They played the bells of St. Mary's. It was a lovely song. The bells of St.
I hear
The number in New York is Muriel 79438.
What do you say?
I say he always goes for the cheap laugh. Oh, I wrote tinkling, too.
Oh, yeah. No dancing in the Rice Krispies there, Eleanor. Now we go to round 2 and see how Valerie does with this one. A or B, my dear?
A.
A it is. One person does not play. That's Richard. Everybody else, respond to this little poem, if you would, please.
What poem?
A poem. Now, the rhyming scheme will be obvious to you. My butcher Pete was really beat. He said, I just can't stand this heat. To give myself a great big treat, I go in the locker and freeze my blank.
Did you study public speaking?
Yes.
Yes, right on.
Would you read that again?
My butcher Pete was really beat. He said, I just can't stand this heat. To give myself a great big treat, I go in the locker and freeze my blank.
I'm finished.
Good for you, my dear.
Isn't that wonderful, Charles? I'm finished. Well, Charles is finished, too, having appeared in various places. Believe it.
How dare you?
Gary, we're waiting for you. Okay. Now he's finished.
No.
All right, Valerie, it's up to you now, my dear.
Okay.
My butcher Pete was really beat. He said, I just can't stand this heat. To give myself a great big treat, I go in the locker and freeze my
Meat.
meat. What do you say, sir?
I was going to say derriere, but it didn't rhyme.
Yeah.
So I said the same thing, meat.
Meat. There's one for Valerie. Hello, Brett.
Hi, hon. I say curtain up, please,
Oh,
mommy.
that's two for Valerie. Valerie is rolling along like Old Man River, Charles.
Valerie's beautiful. I love Italian chicks, baby.
Meat.
All right. 4 for you, Valerie. Susan?
Yes, ma'am. Meat.
5 for you. Now, Fannie, it's up to you.
Do you ever find yourself embarrassed?
You don't mean to tell me you're not going along with the crowd.
No.
You're not going along with the crowd?
No, I wrote seat.
See.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Now, you got to stop right here, and when we come back, you got to match 5 to stay in the game. You could win another game if you match all 6. Let's see what happens right after we see about this. Now, we're ready to carry on here. This is our second and final round. Remember, Eleanor, you must match 5 to achieve a tie 6 to win the game. Ready?
All right.
Ready. Listen, I'm not saying it's smoggy in Central Park, but it's the only place in the world you can see a gas mask on a blank.
Got it.
That sounds like one of those, okay. Sorry, I don't want to say it's smoggy in Central Park. But it's the only place in town you see a gas mask on a blank. Okay, Eleanor. That's enough.
That's my act that I'm going to be doing at the Playboy Club in Lake Geneva.
Now, did you... Charles emphasized that don't call us, we'll call you. I'm not saying it's wrong in Central Park, but it's the only place in the world you can see a gas mask on a...
I'm drawing a blank.
You are. Well, you gotta say something, because you may get lucky, and they may have all said it, because they're not too smart over there either, you know.
On animal.
On an animal. Yes. Have you ever been to Central Park?
Yes.
Yes. Well, the air over Manhattan sometimes gets a little bit strange because of all of the pollution they have around there. What do you say, Gary?
It's not, if she had been more specific and said a squirrel or something like that, I might have said that, but I said mugger.
A mugger.
Because I was mugged by a squirrel once in New
You
York.
were mugged by a squirrel in Central Park. Okay, now, Eleanor, you got to match everybody else to stay in the game. Brett, she's looking for an animal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said pigeon.
So that means Valerie Shortino wins game. What the rest of you have? Mugger, dog, mugger, mugger. Okay. Mugger. Congratulations. You stand right there. Don't go away, okay? Well, it was grand seeing you back here. Show them your rings on your fingers there. Isn't that marvelous? She's got rings on all of her fingers. Eleanor Foreman, you've got $600 and our best wishes. Thank you very much for coming back. Goodbye. Okay. There it is, Valerie.
I can't believe it.
You can't believe it? You better believe it. This is your big chance now. I could win over $5,000 here.
I know.
Shall we go?
We should go.
All right. We polled a recent studio audience, and we got their best response to this.
Ta-da.
Mark blank. Now, the answer that group gave most often is worth $500 if you match it. Now, if you match the second one, you get $250. The bottom one gets you $100. Now, whom do you call on over here for a little help?
Okay, Richard first.
Richard the First.
Spitz.
Mark Spitz. Right? He used to be in show business, didn't he?
Never.
Never?
He was a swimmer.
Okay, Susan.
Twain, Mark Twain.
Twain.
Okay, Charles.
Mark Anthony.
Oh, boy, are we in trouble.
You got
Well,
one?
he's Italian, too. Mark Tony, hey.
Mark Goodson. Mark Goodson would be my answer.
Well,
I think Mark Goodson is the perfect answer.
Me too. I think Mark Goodson was the right answer.
Would you have said, what would you have said, Gary?
I definitely would have said Mark Goodson.
Yeah.
You have no idea how I would have said Mark Goodson.
You're the world's finest MC, but don't cut off a guest quickly. Mark Anthony Goodson.
Mark Spitz.
Yeah, yes. Here, the three that have been given now are Mark Anthony, Mark Twain, and Mark Spitz. Now, you don't have to take one of those. If you think that audience, said something else that would be a more popular answer, it's up to you entirely. Your decision alone. Do you want one of those? Spitz, Twain, or Anthony?
I thought of Twain.
You thought of Twain. All right. Twain is a good one. Great American humorist, and Hal Holbrook tours the country and does, all those wonderful things. He does that. Mark Twain tonight.
Yeah, but
we'll
he's
find
not
it.
hiring people.
He's not hiring people. He does a single, my dear. All right, Mark Twain, you old rascal. Let's see if you're under the $100 response. Mark 4.
Mark 4.
Oh,
Jack
yes,
Webb.
he's the king of Yugoslavia. Mark.
No,
Jack Webb Productions, also another fine producer.
Yeah. All right, we're looking for Mark Twain. May we see the $250 number? Mark Twain, congratulations. Listen, are we going to be embarrassed if it's Mark Goodson, who is the creator?
Such an inside answer.
No, on every show you say Goodson Todman Production.
They don't say
Not
Mark.
only are we going to be embarrassed, we're going to be out of work. All right, Earl, let's see it. Mark Spitz. Okay, we're in work. Mark Spitz, that's the one that Richard had.
Who is Mark
Okay, you
Goodson?
got the $250. That means you're going to play for $2,500 later, but right now we got to do this. I guess those two are an item, so we might as well be an item too, right? As long as you're doing whatever.
Well, I was
10 seconds to say goodbye. Gene Mabry here. Goodbye. Join us next time. Goodbye.
To succeed on Minute to Win It, all you have to do is roll, hit, grab, balance, stack, hoop, flip, bounce, aim, and slide.
You're not done yet. I'm gonna give you the boom, too.
You may also have to catch, yank, blow, shuffle, shake, twirl, shoot, and toss. To win it all, you gotta do it all.
These guys are gonna go all the way.
The all-new Minute to Win It, hosted by Apollo Ono. All new tonight, starting at 8, 7 Central. Only on GSN.